Welcome to The Starting Line, a look at select bills introduced during the 90th legislative session. On January 20th, Donald Trump was sworn in as the 45th President of the United States. The Republican won the November election by garnering 304 electoral votes compared to Hillary Clinton's 227. However, Clinton totaled nearly 2.9 million more votes than Trump in total votes. This week on The Starting Line, we sit down with Representative Mike Freiberg to learn more about his bill, House File 845, which would enact in Minnesota the agreement among the states to elect the president by national popular vote. We asked the DFLer from Golden Valley why he decided to sponsor this legislation.
I've cared about this for a while. This is the first time I've actually carried this bill. The issue it addresses, I mean, just, I have young kids. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and she was following the presidential election this year for kind of the first time in her life. And, when she found out that Hillary Clinton got more votes but wasn't actually going to become the president, I had to attempt to explain that to her. Most people understand the concept that the person who gets more votes should end up winning. And this is, I think, a fairly straightforward way of addressing that. I felt that way even before this election. We had it offered as an amendment in 2013. I supported it then. It's just something I've felt should be addressed for a few years now.
The language in the bill reads, enacting the agreement among the states to elect the president by popular vote. Can you explain this agreement and how it would change the presidential election process?
It's a compact between the states, so other states have to adopt an identical bill as well for it to take effect, and it won't take effect unless states that account for 270 electoral votes, which is the minimum required to elect somebody as president. If enough states to do that adopt identical legislation, then it goes into effect, and basically all of Minnesota's 10 electoral votes would then go to the winner of the popular vote.
What have you heard from other Minnesotans? Do you think this is something that people would want?
I think a lot of people do want it. I mean, it's certainly, any bill, it's very rare you're going to get a bill where there's total unanimous support for it. So certainly some people, I think, have some concerns, but for the most part, the people I've heard from and the people who live in my district do feel that this would be a good thing, that the person who gets the most votes should become the president. We changed it, 100 years ago for United States senators. They used to be elected by state legislators. And as far as I know, the republic hasn't fallen because of that, so I think we could do the same for the president without causing any problems.
If this did become the law of the land, do you have any concerns that potential presidential candidates would ignore the issues and concerns of some voters?
I think that happens right now under the Electoral College system, frankly. I think it places sort of a disproportionate amount of importance on a few states, and even sometimes on a few counties within a few states. I don't think it, obviously there'll be incentive for people to do whatever they think is best, gives them the best chance of winning. I think this would help spread out attention over the country, throughout the country, and just be, a more straightforward process to do. Just the person with more votes gets elected.
And where do you see your bill going from here?
I put in a hearing request. It was referred to the Government Operations Committee, which I serve on, so it'll be up to the discretion of the chair whether or not to give it a hearing. I'm hopeful that he will. In the event he doesn't give it a hearing, I've offered it as an amendment in committee already to a different bill, and that may end up happening on the floor as well.
Representative Freiberg's bill has been referred to the House Government Operations and Elections Policy Committee. We will update you on any further action taken on this bill during future programs. You can follow the progress of this bill or any bill that we feature on The Starting Line by visiting the House website, www.house.mn, and choosing the bill search and status option to find the bill you're looking for. Thanks for watching The Starting Line.